What's good, YouTube, and welcome back to another video. The last Natty.
The last melody.
The last Natty checking in. So, if you watched my previous video, you know that I've proclaimed and given myself the title of the last Natty, and that is around the basis of right now on social media, there is a lot of influencers promoting being on performance enhancing drugs. And if you need that for medical reasons, cool. But there's a lot of people doing it just to achieve a certain look. And that doesn't sit well with me. Because I know, because I was a victim to this, how that as someone who is watching and seeing so much of this on social media, how much that can impact my mental health, how that impact how I viewed my body and how I went about my day-to-day life. And that I just don't think it's okay. And I just know there's so many young, impressionable people, not even people in their 20s, even people my age, who can be negatively influenced by this. So we need more voices who are true natural athletes to say, you don't need to go down that route just to look a certain way, because you should be truly happy with how you look. You should be truly happy with your journey towards achieving your health and fitness goals. And you can achieve great health and fitness goals, whatever that may be, by doing that naturally. And health and fitness should be a journey, a long-term journey. So as a lifetime natural, I am gonna be preaching, excuse me. Well, maybe I should edit that. Excuse me. I'm gonna be preaching being the last Natty. So I hope we can all be the last Natty together. So we are 65 days out for the wedding. From this video that I'm recording, which is going to be my ab routine, I'm going to be giving you some tips about how you can work on your abs. And these are the tips I've been using to get ready for my wedding, to get in the best shape of my special day. I hope you have been staying on track to achieve your health and fitness goals. So let's get into some tips when it comes to abdominal training. One is that you need to make sure for your abdominals to be visible, to have that nice edged out muscle popping out, you need to be at a low enough body fat percentage. Now that's gonna vary for many people, what percentage that may be. Some people need to get to 15% body fat and to be able to see your abdominals visibly. Some people need to be 10, sometimes it's 12. Everyone's different, okay? So you need to keep that in mind. But a good rule of thumb is this: if your body fat percentage is above 15, definitely above 20%, you need to think about reducing either your calorie intake or increasing your energy output so you can get in a calorie deficit, because a calorie deficit is what's going to help you burn fat and help you lower your body fat percentage so you can see the abdominal muscles. So that's the one important thing you need to do, and keep that in mind. Second tip, I can't believe we're in 2025 and people still think, and I had this conversation last week, that someone was like, oh, I've got all this body fat around my stomach, so I know I need to do sit-ups to burn off that fat around my stomach. That's what's gonna help me lose this fat and so my abs can be seen, right? I'll do sit-ups, crunches. That's not how it works. Just like if you have fat around your arm, your bicep, you don't go and start doing bicep curls to start to see the bicep muscle to burn the fat around your arms. To burn fat, you need to be in a calorie deficit. Again, you need to either reduce the amount you're eating or you need to increase your energy output. So if you're one of those people whose body fat percentage is 20% or higher, do not waste your time doing crunches or sit-ups or at the end of your workout. It's better to use your time for something more valuable, and that would be doing cardiovascular exercise. At the end of your workout, instead of doing 20 minutes of abs, go on the treadmill or get on the rower or do something that's gonna elevate your heart rate so you can expend more energy. Because you doing abdominal training when your body fat percentage is too high, you're wasting your time. Because again, back to my first tip, you need to get your body fat percentage low enough. Once you start coming low enough, and then you can start to see the lines or start to see some definition around your stomach, that's when you could put some more quality time into the next tip, which is that if you want to build your muscles or get your abs really popped, defined, you need to implement resistance training. The abdominal muscles are just like any other muscle. They need resistance training, and we need progressive overload. So when we talk about progressive overload, we're thinking about making some sort of change or adaptation each week to help build your abdominal muscles. So for example, once you've chosen your abdominal exercise, you are then going to see if you can maybe do an extra set the next week, or maybe at the weight you've chosen, you try to do an extra rep or an extra 2 reps, and you focus on each week trying to progress in that way. That is what's going to actually build up the muscle itself, and that's for any muscle group. These are some of my favorite exercises. I like to do a cable crunch. I feel like this puts no pressure on my lower back. This is why I'm a big fan of this exercise. Make sure to put all my weight on my my heels, so I'm really sitting down where I'm not putting pressure, but I'm sitting comfortably, and I'm just slowly controlling the weight on the way up and on the way down. I'm really trying to use my upper body, my hands, almost as anchors. So that they're just almost, as you can see at the top, I almost get a split second pause, and then I try to use my trunk, my abdominal muscles to contract and do the work. You don't want to get into the habit. I've seen people who use momentum and and swinging kind of motions to get the momentum going to get the rep done. You're not actually, you're almost cheating. Because I've been doing ab training for a little bit, I want to make it a little bit more intense, so I put a superset to that. So I'm not doing some sort of ab circuit where I'm adding 5, 6 different ab exercises, because I wouldn't do that for my legs. I wouldn't do that for my biceps. But you can, to make it a little bit more challenging, you can make one muscle group and superset the 2 before having a rest. I like doing the double crunch because it hits my lower abdominals. It gets the emphasis on my lower abdominals, especially not only as I come up to contract, but as I extend. As you can see, I'm not letting my legs rest on the bench. I'm keeping them off the bench, which is keeping that tension on my lower abdominals. Then my last exercise that I did for this day was a leg raise. So the cable crunch really hits, I find, it hits the rectus abdominals, which is the 6-pack muscles. You're gonna hit the upper and lower, but I like when you come from top down, I really feel my top abdominals work. When I do my leg raises, which is bottom up, I really feel more emphasis on my lower abdominals. So it's just like when you choose different variations of a bicep curl, you might feel the tension at different points of the movement, right? Same with our ab training. I'm hitting it from different angles. I'm coming top down, bottom up. So very simple, nothing too crazy, but these are the 2 exercises I've done. One exercise with a superset, one with the leg raise. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you for the next one. Stay on top of your progress. Whatever your goal is, I'm working towards my wedding. Whatever yours is, stay on track. Whatever that looks like for you that makes it achievable, stay on track for you. And yeah, let's do this together. So the last Natty checking out. I'll see you in the next video.
The last melody.